So in this last try it exercise for section 6.1, we're looking at what happens when we're given the general form, but we of a circle, but we don't have uh, either an x term or a y term. Well, all that means is that the square is already completed. So if there's no y term, there's a y squared term but no y term, then that means that k, the y coordinate of the center, is going to be 0. And if there's an x squared term and no x term, that means that h is going to be 0. So in this problem, we're asked to find the radius and the center and then graph the circle. We're given the equation x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0. So the process is the same as it has been in the past. First, let's group x terms, or terms that involve x and terms that involve y together, and move the constant to the other side. So that gives us x squared minus 2x plus y squared equals 3. So we're going to complete the square with our x terms, or terms that involve x. So x squared minus 2x, negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Squared is going to be 1. So this is going to be x squared minus 2x plus 1. I'm going to underline it so I don't forget to add it to the other side. Plus y squared equals 3. Now let's add our 1 plus 1. Simplifying further, now that this is a perfect square, we know that this is x minus 1 squared plus y squared equals 4. And what that tells us is that HK, our center, is 1, 0. Remember, don't forget we're using x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. That's our standard form. So HK is 1, 0. Let's go ahead and plot that. So 1, 0 is our center. And then our radius, we know r squared equals 4. So that means that r equals 2. So now we just go 2 units in any direction. Oh, made a mistake on that last one. I went 3 instead of 2. And then we connect the dots with our quarter circles between points for the graph of our circle. So again, if we're given an equation in general form, if there's no x term, that means that the x coordinate of the center is going to be 0. If there's no y term, that means that the y coordinate of the center is going to be 0. In this case, there was no y term. There's a y squared term, but no y term. That means that the y coordinate of our center is 0. So our center is 1, 0. We found that by completing the square with our x terms. And then our radius is 2. Plot the center and go the distance of the radius up and down and left and right to graph the circle.